Uncut. Listen, it's smoking mirrors. Raw uncut, it's smoking mirrors. You know what's up. It's smoking mirrors. Raw uncut, it's smoking mirrors. You know what's up. Yeah. It's smoking mirrors. Raw uncut, it's smoking mirrors. You know what's up. It's smoking mirrors. You know you hear us. Listen, smoking mirrors be the station. Them boys uncut raw, no hesitation. Just tune in, the vibes are so amazing. It's all real talk here, that's word to Jason. Shout out to Jay Lee, them boys on a mission. Gunning for the #1 spot, pay attention. Knocking out the competition, Sonny listen. In Detroit, serving game like a piston. Shot clock, jump shot, all net with a feeling. The squad set it off, cause a ride in the building. Syndicates of bad, this ain't suited for the children. And talking cheap when they speak, you see millions. Turn it up one time. If you looking for smoke, then pull it up online. It's right there. Look in the mirror first glance, it's quite clear. That B-more got them scared like a nightmare. They blowing smoke through any city, take a flight there. They guarantee to ring bells like a bike fair. Then Debo the whole set, they don't fight fair. Cause smoking mirrors gaining buzz like a light gear. You know? Raw uncut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. Smoking mirrors, raw uncut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. Yeah, smoking mirrors, raw uncut, smoking mirrors, you know what's up. It's smoking mirrors. You know you hear us.
Yo, what's good, my people? What's up?
What's good, bro?
What up, though?
Ain't nothing, man. Just another ep from your boys at Smoking Mirrors, and we definitely have the three kings in the building. Detroit.
Oh, you can.
And Jay Lee.
What's good? What's good?
Not much, fellas. What y'all been up to lately, man? I know it's a lot of things going on. You got Kanye acting crazy again. I know we don't really want to mention his name.
Oh, since you mentioned Kanye, did you see what happened? Did you see what he sent to the Rappaport dude?
No, I didn't see that,
bro. Oh my God! But go ahead. I gotta let you.
Nah, go ahead.
I gotta.
Oh, you talking about Michael Rappaport?
Michael Rappaport. You heard that, right?
You got some video?
This is Yo, bro, check this out, fam. You are trying to take away my free speech, bro. And although you got connections with all of your friends, fam, that's blocking me from Instagram and Twitter and all those other platforms that's trying to silence me, bro, you called me a crackpot, fam. Yo, bro, check this out, Michael Rappaport. You think you so tough? I'm gonna treat you like I treat Meek Mill and Puff Daddy, fam. Yo, fuck you, Michael Rappaport. When I catch you, bro, it's gonna be on, fam. You don't know what a crackpot is, fam. I'm not no crack baby, bro. Check this out. I'm going DEFCON 3 on you, bro. When I see you, Michael Rappaport, you better have your security with you, fam. Don't you ever go to Chicago. Don't ever go to Melo. His correct number right now.
So
Yo, cats in Chicago still mess with Kanye?
I don't know.
Say.
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Do he live in Chicago? What are you talking about?
So apparently he left that voicemail message on his phone. And Mike posted it. He was like, "Yo, get your boy," basically. You know.
You don't want to do. Ammo to a comedian, bro.
Oh no!
Don't do it.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Like,
look for a long day,
bro.
Yeah. And Mike got all kind of famous people on there talking. You know, it's hilarious looking at the thread. Like they loving this right now. But like, why? Like, why would he be so butthurt by Mike? You know, he, like you say, he's a comedian. He gonna talk trash. You know.
Well, Mike definitely speaks on issue. He speaks on a lot of issues. So, yeah. I mean, so I think that's probably why. I don't know if he put up something about Kanye recently. Like I didn't catch that, but maybe
he probably did.
Yeah,
I think he did say something when he saw the White Lives Matter thing. Mike had posted something about that, and then after that, it was a wrap. It was a wrap, yo. Yeah, he don't hold back.
I can see Mike doing that though, because he normally responds quickly.
Yeah.
When he
Yes.
sees something that's out of line, he
Yes.
normally gets on it. Yeah, he
Yeah.
responds quick,
He
Yeah.
gonna blast you too. He gonna blast
real
Yeah.
quick.
and then obviously, I think
Oh.
you got the other thing from Kanye with the drink champs and
Yeah. Oh,
he's
you
getting
saw
sued.
you saw he took that down and he apologized and all that stuff.
I didn't see that, but
We
I
talking
know.
about Nori took it down?
He took it down.
Yeah,
He
yeah, I saw it.
apologized
Yeah.
and said that but he said that he respects freedom of speech, which and he said they was drinking, so it's just like, and he also said that they cut out a lot of stuff,
Right.
and that should have been posted, like where he kind of defended,
Yeah.
And went against Kanye, but they didn't actually put all that in there. So,
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, you knew what you were going to get when you invited him in there.
Yes.
So what we talking about?
That's what Charlemagne said. Charlemagne said that to him. He was like, you knew what you was getting, and of course he knew. That's why he brought him on there.
Exactly.
The controversy.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
The ratings. I mean, come on. I'm sure before he shut it down, he probably had millions of hits and views.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah. Especially from that. Can you imagine the people that's going?
And I guarantee George Floyd's family they're gonna come up off of this, because George Floyd's family is suing Kanye.
Yeah, but I don't know. Well, we're gonna see how that pan out. But I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Oh, for sure.
You said their son took drugs before, and that's why he died. Like, come on, man. They're gonna eat this alive in court,
He's doing too much, man.
Way too much.
He's doing too much.
Yeah.
I can't believe we talked about that dude for about 4 minutes.
Yeah. Let's slide off of that. We want to talk about altercations. Dang, I don't have it on hand with me, but I'm pretty sure you probably know the other coach's name. That Deion Sanders primetime.
It was Eddie Robinson Jr.
Eddie Robinson Jr. Got into it. I know it's probably, what is it, a week old now?
Yeah, about almost 2 weeks. Yeah.
But it was interesting, and I actually did want to talk to you specifically, Troy, about your thoughts on both. Like, I heard both sides. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Now, you heard that, Jay. He don't want to talk to you about that, right?
I mean, I keep telling you I play flag football, and I don't know why you be cutting me out of these conversations.
No,
I'm just putting it out there to make sure
his point.
I know.
Did you see it? No.
Yeah, I did see. I did see the.
Talking about Lee, because he felt.
Okay. Yeah. Did you see it, Lee? Do you know what we're talking about?
You talk about when you talking about Deion, right?
Yeah, the guy Deion Sanders, the guy that played football, professional football. That guy. Yeah.
You talk when the other coach like knocked his hand out the way.
Oh yeah.
So you saw it. Oh, you saw it. You wasn't listening to R&B or something like that. You wasn't like
I did that
somewhere
afterwards.
Okay.
Like, what they fighting? Let me put on some Carl Thomas. Yeah, Troy, what you think about that? What do you think about that?
So what's the question? Like, what's the overall question?
Just in general, what are your thoughts on both sides? I listened to both sides, and I'll just give my opinion real quick. Is that I could see both sides of that. I could see Deion's side. Only Sanders.
I hate you. I hate you right now. Only Sanders I know is Kentucky Fried. I know more than that.
Colonel Sanders.
Oh man.
But I can see both sides of that, and I just wish that it didn't happen. And I feel like it's a little unfortunate. I think Primetime is a little arrogant, but I also think the other coach probably took it a little too hard. You know what I mean? Like, but hey.
Sure.
This is how I felt. I'm probably with you a little bit. You know what I mean? I kind of felt how Deion, put it this way. Leading up to the game, Deion was already talking some shit. And the reason why is because that team scheduled them for their homecoming, right? So Deion was already talking a lot of shit prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about the school. He was talking about the players. He was talking about the coaches. He was talking about, and that's what you do prior to football games, right? When you go against rivalries or whatever, you want to try to play mind games, and I get that part. But what I don't get is how some of the words he was saying, some of the rhetoric he was saying about the school, about the SWAC conference, about the coaches that was in the SWAC that helped build the SWAC. And I think by him not totally knowing everything about that conference, I think that's what rubbed the other coach the wrong way. So leading up to the celebratory or the non-celebratory congratulations in the middle of the field, you got to think on the other side how that coach feels. He had to deal with all that stuff during the week, and then now you're running deep throws or non-routes to try to score another touchdown before the game's over. Game's already over. You already won by double figures. So as we're approaching, like, you just kicked my ass. You just kicked my team's ass. You just embarrassed in homecoming. Now you want to hug it out, especially after everything you said. Like, not everyone takes losing to a bro hug. You know what I'm saying?
I think most people don't actually.
Yeah, most people don't take losing.
Most people don't.
They don't, like, we're not going to hug it out all the time and, we good. Yeah, it's not going to be like that. So I felt that coach. I felt his pain. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, like, if I just got blown out of homecoming, I'm not going to be like, yeah, good game, bro. You know what I mean? Hit me up later.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why?
I mean,
why?
You should have won.
We're competing to win a game.
Right. But
you know what I'm saying? You're at my home field and we're competing to win a game. I want to win that game. And then prior to that, all the trash talking that was going on, it was a lot of tension going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna hug it out with you at the end of the game all the time. So let's handshake it up. Good game, coach. Good luck on the rest of your season. Let's move on. Dion went in for a hug. We ain't got a hug.
Yeah.
Why we got a hug? We don't need the hug.
Right.
You are, it's a gnat, fly, a bumblebee, a wasp.
What's up?
I'm about to say what happened.
There's a ghost in there with you. Good?
No. I have cameras all over my house, and I got cameras in front of me, and I'm hearing noises, and I'm like, okay, that's outside. Yeah.
Yo, you going through it right now. You all right?
I just heard noises. I'm like, what is that? You know, I'm like, okay.
And Dion has a lot of, as Dethor would say, a lot of ego, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, B More, he has a lot of confidence. He told that a lot of confidence and arrogance. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that may rub people the wrong way. How he goes about his business. Now, I do appreciate him bringing so much limelight to Black college football, Black college athletics, and Black colleges, period.
Yeah.
Because without him, we wouldn't be talking about anything Black college football, period.
So again, why? I mean, this dude is going to get so much publicity off of this, for his team, even though they lost.
Yeah, but you got it. But he has to understand. But he has to understand, and most of the coaches got to understand. There's a line that you have to toe. You know what I'm saying? You have to toe a line because eventually you have to work with these people in this conference,
right,
to help build the conference. We don't want to break the conference down. So. Yes, we want to compete. Yes, we want to bring as much limelight to this conference and Black college football. Yeah. But we got to be careful of the rhetoric we use to help promote that, because we're going to need each other in this conference to help promote these kids. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, that's how I felt. So,
yeah.
I mean, Troy, how do you feel about, I think, just a week or so ago, an NFL team, I don't know which teams it was. One team, somebody just beat somebody like 40-something to 3. Like, they ran up the score up on them, too. These are NFL teams,
Yeah, but the thing is, NFL teams don't normally run the scoreboard when it's 5 minutes left and they win it by 30. They're running the ball. They're they're killing the time. You know what I'm saying? Because they're professionals. You know what I mean?
Taking out their starters.
Taking out their starters.
Also because they probably don't want to get their guys hurt any more than they need to.
Yeah, it's a lot of factors in it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the game, you don't see those coaches unless those coaches actually coach with the other coaches prior. You don't see them hug it out. A handshake and keep it moving.
A handshake.
Handshake and keep it moving.
And what's more, you don't even see it in baseball at all.
At all.
In basketball, you know, they might shake before the game. When the game is over,
they might give a hand wave, and that's about it. Maybe. So I don't know why football has to. I don't know why Deion felt he needed to do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And now that I think about it, I kind of feel like it might have been a little bit antagonizing to do that. Like, does he do that with everybody else?
Right.
Or was it just, hey, bro, here, come give me a hug.
Like,
rub it in your face even more. It kind of did, but I won't go that far. But I do, and then on the other side, listening to what Prime was saying, I built it up. That's what you brought me here. Why did you book us for homecoming? Which I do kind of get. Why would you book them?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
Especially when you know they're doing really well.
For sure.
You always pick a team that you think you can beat, so that you can hope. You know, all your people coming back, all your alumni, all the people that's donating money. They want to have something to celebrate. So I get him when he said that. He's like, all right, you put us on your homecoming. You wanted a show. I gave you the show. So I kind of get that. But I do know, like you said, I agree with you also. Like, I see both sides of that, and the arrogance in it, and how some things just could. I just wish it was handled better. That's all.
Yeah, I just wish it was a handshake and bro, good luck on the rest of the year, and let's move on. You know what I mean?
But he is prime time though.
And and people were like, oh, they're blowing up because they're two black coaches. No, they weren't. You know what I mean? Like when Belichick got in the fight too, they did the same. Like when coaches bump heads, is going to make news. I don't care who it is.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? Definitely. It's not because he was black. It doesn't matter. If they bump heads, it's going to make news.
It's going to be news. Yep.
It's going to be news. I don't care who it is. But like you said, B, I just wish it was handled differently. You know what I mean? A little bit better. But and look, Deion's doing well for black college football.
Man,
he's doing well for it.
But it's a
shame. His social media is crazy right now.
They said that that if he gets offered a better spot, with one of them other colleges, he'll probably leave.
He said he'll entertain it. He said he'll entertain it.
He'll be a fool not to entertain it. Yeah. It's too much money involved. Yo, Nick Saban's getting like almost $12 million a year.
Yeah. And Deion is getting $500,000. They say he's getting like they said a fifth of what Nick Saban is getting, something like that.
So he'll be a fool to not entertain it.
But it's a shame though, because like the whole purpose of him going this route is to get these black colleges more money and to get their coaches more money. So if you just leave, who's gonna keep this? Who's gonna keep this train moving?
Yeah,
that's my point. That's my point. And now everything he said too with it, like, after and we talked about the George Floyd thing, right? Back to that, but he said basically it was 3 months after that. He was like, I'm tired of talking. I'm going to do. So it's like, all right, if you're going to do, don't leave simply because somebody give you the opportunity. That's how I feel. But guess what? I just appreciate the fact that even if he does it for 3 years, he did it for 3 years. Other people should be doing it too. We got so many people out here that have that platform that can do that. So
I mean, you're right. You got a lot of NFL players that are just sitting home that could be coaching. So.
But you know what? Though a lot of those dudes don't want to get. It's coaching. Coach is not that easy.
I'm talking about other coaches black coaches that have tried to get in the NFL and they haven't gotten hired.
Oh, well, that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah, but they could switch over to college and start.
They could
beefing up these colleges.
And they could
put their skills there.
They could. Now we know Eddie George is at Tennessee State.
Yes.
We know Hugh Jackson. We know he's at Grambling. Those guys were NFL guys. So yeah, you're right, Jay. We need more black NFL coaches that were at the NFL level to come back down to black college football. Because once Deion leaves, who else is? We need the next big thing to keep it going.
Yes.
Because you want more companies to come in and spend money.
Oh yeah, and that is another thing that's really huge about what's going on right now. Like, I don't know if people really understand how dynamic this is. Like, it's extremely huge. Like, people might think, oh no, it's just football. Like, no, football has built up so many schools, and you think that football is the only thing that benefits from it? No, the whole school benefits from any sport that is doing really well. You think all that money just goes back to sports? No, probably a great deal of it does, but it goes to the school, it goes to building up the school, it goes to how many tuitions that they could pay to get smarter kids in there. The smarter kids you get in there, the more prestigious, all that type. It just continues. So, and not only that, I mean, just talk about. Just to be 100% down is black colleges are astronomical when it comes to black business people in this world. I think they say, I don't know, it's like 70 to 80%. I don't want to make it up, but I did see the percentage. 70 to 80% of black business personnel in America come from HBCUs. So it's huge. And allowing them to have more money, and you know what I mean, and bringing our athletes there so that all that money continues to funnel through black colleges, that is what gives you a head up in America. You know what I mean? But
and you know what? I saw an interview that Deion did before where, he was sitting down and he said he was looking at the facilities, right? And the facilities were just ran down. And he didn't understand, like, if we're selling out the stadium, right? You're telling we're selling out the stadium, right? Where is that money going to? That money's obviously not going back to the football program. Why does our meals look like this? Why is our training table not up to par? Where is that money allocated? Like, where's all this money that we're supposed to be getting from these football games or whatever, and these companies? Where is this money going to? So he was able to find the right businesses to come in and spend money.
Yeah.
He was able to talk to the administrators at the school and find out where his money was going to, so we could bring more money to the program, build up the facility, build up other buildings around campuses because of the football program. So his effect on black college campuses, period, is very important.
Yeah.
Very important. So, like you said, I don't know how long he's going to stay around. I hope he does stay around, but I don't know. We just got to figure out who's the next big guy.
He got some big names, man. Like Walmart, Procter & Gamble.
Yeah.
He got
some big people in there.
People got him a whole practice. Walmart built him a whole practice field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So. Y'all never forget, because I remember the gym at Del State when I went to Del State, and I was just like, this gym is worse than my high schools.
Right.
Like, word up. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I was like, how is that possible? I would have never thought that. Especially when you visit other schools and you see their facilities. Like you look at other facilities, gyms, like, just to name one. Like, I ain't never seen Alabama's, but I can guarantee you that their gym, like, literally the size of a Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
With nothing but equipment.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah.
With nothing but equipment. Like,
that's a fact. Not a regular Walmart, the super Walmart.
Super Walmart. Like, it's that big. Like, for real. Like, just to put it in perspective. Like, that's crazy.
Wow.
But like I said, man, I hope he sticks around. We just got to find the next best thing if he does stick around. But and you know what? It's gonna be what the good thing is that he's starting to pluck those highly rated athletes and bringing them to his program.
Yeah.
And hopefully that helps out the other programs within the SWAC or the MEAC or whoever. You know what I mean? Hopefully that helps out. So
yeah.
We'll see.
And they named some people that came from there. I didn't know that Sweetness went to Jackson.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I was like, dang, I didn't know that. Like,
Yep.
geez, all right. That's what's up.
Jay, who's Sweetness?
Mm.
Yeah, I thought you didn't know that. Sorry.
This is lady at work that be cooking.
Yeah, what she be cooking? Cornbread and stuff?
She cook everything, bro. It's the truth.
Grits,
shrimp and grits, bacon, salt. Yo, she get down, bro. She get down.
That's what's up.
For sure. Definitely.
So what else do we have on the
we was gonna talk about we didn't shout out Deep Thought. What's going on, Deep Thought?
Definitely.
What's going on, good brother? For sure. We was gonna talk about the substitute teacher. So the substitute teacher that was removed from an elementary school after urging Black women to raise their boys like men. So B-More, you said you didn't see what she had posted?
I didn't see it. No, I just got what you told me.
So basically, she said, she said that she has the bitchiest boys in her class. So, and I see where her mom has commented something too. She said kids need to get bullied. Bullying doesn't just stop with childhood. How will they be ready for an adult bully? The no bullying thing is dumb. This is what her mom said.
Jesus.
Yes. She also said, third day of school and I made another kid cry. These fifth graders never had a teacher from the hood, I see. I won't be spoken to any kind of way. I will gather a child quickly and respectfully and still bring them to tears. Another thing, when teachers tell kids they are going to end up in jail, it's true. All the bad kids I went to high school with ended up in jail. So when I look at my students who think it's cute being bad, I just wonder how long it's going to take them before they end up in jail. She got removed.
Where in Maryland? You said it was in Maryland?
No, I don't know that's what it was, Maryland, Troy?
Yeah, it just said Maryland. I don't know where part or whatever, but it just said Maryland.
Probably Baltimore.
I don't think so. I don't think so because I don't think it was the way she said it. It seemed like it was probably like somewhere else.
It's in the county somewhere, huh?
Something, yeah. Because just the way, the statement that they're not used to somebody from the hood, right? What she said, something like that.
Prince George's County.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, yeah,
see, that's basically DC.
Yeah.
Maryland, but that's basically DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
District Heights Elementary School is where she was teaching at. Yeah. So how y'all feel? Y'all feel as though she got some points? What's up with that?
I don't know how you feel about it. How you feel?
Yeah, how you feel?
I feel as though I think that we live in a day and age where a lot of these boys are a lot softer. They don't have male role models in their life, and they might be, like she said, bitchy, cry babies and things like that. When we was I can't say that because I know y'all didn't really have a father in house, but I know, like, growing up, you get hurt, get up, shake it off, get cut, go wash it off, ain't no crying, ain't none of that stuff. And I know a lot of times they say that's what do they call that, emasculating, or something like that, or toxic. They say whatever, toxic or whatever they say. But in a way, I think a lot of times when you're raised that way, it makes you into a man where you're not all complaining and crying and stuff like that. I hear a lot of women. I don't know how y'all are, but it's funny when I hear a lot of women talk about how when their husband gets sick, he's a big baby, and I've never seen that in my life. When my dad got sick, he went to work, so that's how I am. I never sit home coughing, crying. I'm sick, I go to work, unless I'm like on my deathbed. Other than that, I'm not calling off because I got a cold.
Well, I think that's true though. I think what they say, like, because this is the thing, just what you said. So that's all in the same thing. So when you say, like, you still going to work when you sick and stuff like that, I think majority of men do that. So when they actually do stay home is when there's like you can't walk, you can't like you hurt. That's when I
Mm.
stay home. So that might be also like, oh, when he gets sick, he act like a baby. That's because he probably down. That's why he ain't moving. You know what I mean? So I could see that actually being kind of the same thing. But
I mean, that's a different way of looking at it. But I mean, the way they act like it's not that serious. You know, it's like, oh my God, you just got a cold. Shut up. You know, women. Then women can take more than this. Women can take more pain than men. You know, they start going down that road. You know,
shit, they probably can. To be honest with you.
Steve thought I'm not average. I'm
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah. Like,
boy got that island blood in him.
I don't know. It just, I mean, but I do see where they can say that, where a lot of these boys are growing up super soft, you know, and they need a lot more tougher teachers to set them straight, you know. And then they used to get in there and get in their way and stuff like that. And as soon as the teacher say something to them, like she said, they crying, you know. But it is an elementary school too, so she might need to take that to a high school, you know.
Yeah, it's true too.
You know,
that's true too. Yeah.
I mean, what's he saying to him? Like what? That's what I want to know. I want like
yeah, like what specifically is she saying?
Is she in the class like, get your punk ass apart?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you think we live in a day and age where you really can't chastise your kids because then it's all kind of rules and regulations now. Kids can call child protective services on you for anything.
True.
You know.
True.
And it's like a lot of parents are scared to chastise their kids. You know, which is
you think, boy, are you think they're scared, or you just they just don't want to?
I mean, I've seen it. I've been in houses where I'm just like, ooh, did they
were they scared? Were they scared to say something, or they just don't?
They just let them get away with it. I would either they're scared or they just let them get away. I don't know, but yeah.
Some people raise different.
Stupid, yo. You're right. I mean, some people they alter their lifestyle because of how they were raised. Like, He's stupid. It's just like I think that I grew up in a house where my dad would beat us for anything. You know, it didn't matter who ate the crickets. Oh, I'm beating all y'all. You know, so it was just like that. You know, whereas like. I didn't do that with my kids, you know. It was more like, let's talk about this.
So, I mean, it kind of goes back where we talked about last time was all here about leadership and followers, right? Kind of, sort of, right? How maybe some of these houses are missing us, right? Which is the key, men, right? Maybe some strong figures, right? But
yeah,
my thing is, because we live in different times, more women are working than any time before, right? Is it? Could that be a factor? You know what I mean? That people are just not home as much to parent.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? To get their kids through some tough times or whatever. You know what I mean? Parents are just not home enough. You know what I mean? Could that be a factor?
I think it plays a big factor, definitely. And I also think that's why we got so many kids on these streets doing dumb stuff.
That too. A
lot, because they don't have nobody in the house keeping them in check.
Or parents just not like I said, just don't care, not really paying attention because they gotta do their OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? They're just not paying attention as far as like being a parent because they want to continue to live their own lives. Like
or they're in their phones. You know, it's funny, right? When you go out to dinner now, how people don't pay attention to each other.
Bro, I'll be damned.
They're on their
they're
like this.
I'll be damned if I'm at a dinner and somebody whip out a phone.
Bro,
phone stay in the car, B. Stay in the car.
This is what's going on, though. You know, even people out on dates. I've seen people out on dates and and they like this. You know. And I'm like, y'all not even talking. Y'all not conversating. Y'all not nothing. Like,
I ain't got nothing to say no more.
Why not?
No, I'm just you said they not talking.
What are you saying?
I thought he was about to drop some knowledge on us. Like, yeah, I don't like talking to her. You know, resting.
I mean, yo, this is. Oh, go ahead, finish.
No, you fine. I finished. You good?
Man, it's a lot. I think
It
this
is
is
a
a
lot.
lot, and
It is a lot.
it's our whole society. Because I can go one way and say, man, we used to be like, we definitely all heard. We joke a lot, but the teacher used to hit you with the ruler on your hand. Like that shit was real. Like that's not a joke. They used to do that. Now you can't do it. Then you deal with people that's missing, like you said, missing a parent that's there constantly. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got the fact that societies are changing as a whole, right? Which is kind of different also because it's like, all right, I feel y'all. I definitely think that needs to be some sort of discipline, whereas though people are not soft. But I also think society puts a certain weight on men that maybe shouldn't be there, which is why we also run into problems later when they're adults and they don't know how to control their fucking emotions because I don't really domestic violence is fucking crazy, bro.
It is.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like I think we need to find a happy medium between that. I'm not saying that everything that we did in our era was right, but I definitely think we did some things right. Look at how we turned out, right?
Right.
So
right.
But I think we also need to allow room for men to have emotions, right? And I don't want to get too crazy because I think we all think to some degree, like, all right, bro, you crying about your cat died? Like, come on, bro. Like,
I don't think that. I don't think
what? You don't think what?
That's cool. You know,
If he crying about his cat,
that's family.
I shouldn't have said that, but I tried to grab something that we.
I know I'm messing with you.
Like,
yeah, are you crying because you broke your pencil? Like,
yeah,
you know what
I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Come on now.
It's my favorite pencil, man.
Yeah.
You're too emotional. You know what I mean? There's a line there at some point, but it's so much into it, bro. Like you can't touch people no more. You can't do nothing. You can't even talk to your child a certain way.
You can't do nothing anymore, bro. You can't even compliment a woman anymore, like at work or anything, or compliment and like, oh, you look nice today. Oh, that could go left.
It could go way left. You see what I'm saying?
know?
So even when you talk about how many people, like the world has even grown since how old we are as far as population. So naturally, if say we only had 100 bad parents then, now we got a billion, 1 billion more people. So now that 100 is 1,000 bad parents, which causes more unruly children, and that it's just so much. That's so wide. And I think honestly, them kids got on her goddamn nerves that day.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it really was.
They did.
That's what it really was.
They really did. You know.
That's what it really was.
Kids,
Because she basically said, because what she was saying, what I got from it was these young people are these. I can say a lot of stuff, right?
Go ahead. Say what she normally
hold up.
say.
This is
yeah. Look at her face. Like look at her face. Look at her face. Like you already know what she's saying.
Like she is taking anything from anybody. She ain't taking nothing from her man.
Yeah. So basically, she's saying like, you guys, these kids are taking up your characteristics of being a woman, the wrong characteristics for young men to grasp on. They need to be men.
She said,
and this is what y'all are teaching them.
She said, please stop letting your sons pick up your female traits. She talking about
your
mom.
female traits as a single woman, right?
Yes. You know.
So I mean, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. It's a lot of levels to this.
So questions. Okay, the bully things. When she said kids need to get bullied.
Yeah.
Now the mother said that, right? The mother said that
was actually her.
Teacher.
That was actually her. That was her.
Oh, that was her.
Okay. So her Twitter is called Harlan's mother. So I thought that was the mom, but that was actually her. All those tweets was from her. She said kids need to get bullied because how are they going to deal with bullies in real life?
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either.
Yeah. I mean, she
I don't
got some
agree with
strong
that.
opinions.
I
bully,
still, to this day, I still remember the bullies
right,
bullied
right,
me
right,
and how it affected me. I still
right,
remember it to this
right,
day.
right.
Really?
Right.
I still remember.
Now, how do you feel as though it affected you? Like, and it's funny too that you go ahead.
It affected me in a way. It's actually a big personality of who I am to this day. Like if y'all notice, I ain't no bully. I
Okay,
stand up
go
to
ahead.
bullies. I started like shortly after that. I started standing up. You see what I'm saying? That like that's just the type of person I am now. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Yo, don't bully nobody. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. And that's like, oh man, I don't want to take it there. But people that have authority, that treat people that's underneath of them a certain way in any way, shape, or form. I don't care if it's at a job or whatever. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't like that. Don't do that shit.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I think back to but it's funny, like when I think back when I was a kid growing up and people that I consider bullies, but then you see them now, you like, what was I scared of? You know, like, like
I know what I was scared of.
What?
The one boy that bullied me, he actually bit my hand. He bit my hand. I'll never forget. Yeah, he bit my hand, bro. And he was a little midget, bro.
He break
I wouldn't
the skin?
fight him. Nah.
Okay.
Nah, but I didn't. The only reason I didn't fight him is because he had 4 older brothers, and I'm like, if I fight him and beat him, I knew I was gonna whip his ass. I'm gonna have to fight his older brother. If I beat him, I'm gonna have to fight his older brother. If I beat him up, like, what are the chances by the time we get 5 years older than me beating all of them up? And I'm by myself. My older brother was 7 years older than me. He was gone. No, he wasn't gone yet. Where was he at that time? Because that was elementary school. I think he was with me at that time, but I wasn't thinking about that. But I was just like, I'm gonna have to fight all of them. Like,
yeah.
But
maybe
after that, I learned my lesson. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You never got bullied
to this day. I remember what the room looked like. I remember where I was sitting, where he was. I remember all that, yo. It's crazy.
Wow. We need to have
probably like
intervention.
third grade.
We need to have intervention with you. We're gonna talk about
to
this
me,
more.
it was like a major violation. Like, yo, you bit me, bro. Like,
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo, I want to dog him,
but you know what though? But you're right also too, because look at all the kids that have committed suicide because of bullying. So to sit there and say that kids need to get bullied, like, no, they don't. They do not need to get bullied. Everybody can't handle it. Like, I mean, everybody like B-more getting bit and can handle it. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's okay to bully. So we're promoting negative behavior.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Like, come on, we can't do that. That don't make no sense to me.
So in essence, she needs to be removed, definitely, with a mindset like that.
Right.
Because she's probably a bully. She probably was a bully in school too.
Yeah, you see the head. You see the forehead.
Yeah.
I'm not messing with you, yo.
So Deep Thought said
most high.
He had a bully in first grade, but he had a most high on his side. And one day he was off. He fell off the jungle gym and broke his jaw. He never came back for the rest of the year. Wow.
No.
Wow. Hey, the Lord works in mysterious ways for sure.
Yeah, you got lucky.
Yeah. I had
you got lucky.
I had a situation like that where it was this dude. He was huge too. He was a big fat boy in school. And he was, substitute teacher was there, so he wanted to act out. He wanted to fight me, and I was always smaller growing up. Like, I didn't like get height until I got in high school, so I was always a smaller kid. So he wanted to fight me, and I'm like, all right, we about to do this, But I was scared. But he was fat, and he didn't know how to stand
agility.
up straight. No. So he swung right, and he went to the ground. I said, "Bop bop." Gone. I was gone. Like, got him.
Yeah.
Hit it with a quick 2-piece while he's on the ground. Boom, boom. I'm going, because he get back up, he gonna kill me.
Man, you gotta keep going.
Man, I gotta keep going, man. He was a big boy. But yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I think he probably died from obesity or something, because I ain't seen him since high school.
Oh, I'm not messing with you.
Hey, the most high. Took him out of here. Took that bully up out of here. But Troy, I know Troy never got bullied. Like, did you
Nah,
ever?
when I was
everybody
little,
get bullied, bro.
yeah, everybody gets it.
You
Everybody
got bullied,
gets it.
Troy?
And you know what? Like when I got older and I had kids and I saw one of my kids' cousins starting kind of like bullying my son.
Really?
So I had to, you know what I mean? And not bullying, but just kind of messing with him. You know what I'm saying? Like kids would do with their cousins or whatever, right? But it started to get to the point he was crossing that line of bullying. So of course I had to have the conversation with him, like, nah, like that ends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It comes to a certain point where you're crossing that line. You can mess with your cousins and all that stuff and have fun or whatever, but when it comes to a point where you're crossing that line, I gotta step in because I know how that felt. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And when he was messing with my son or whatever, I saw him get messed with before. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like a pass down type of thing. And I was like, yeah, come on, bro, we got to break this chain, man, because we can't keep creating torn souls. You know what I'm saying? Pissed off people all the time. It's got to stop somewhere.
It does. You're right.
Yep.
You're right. It gets passed down, and oh man.
Shoot, that goes further, man. You can go to corporations that bully. You can go to it's crazy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even like I know where you was about to go earlier. Be more police officers. A lot of them were become bullies in school. Now they got a badge to be a bully. You know, or they were bullied in school,
or they were bullied. Yeah,
and now they got a badge.
So now they're gonna pay it forward. They're paying the bullying forward. Then.
Yeah. You're right, Deep Dog. Hurt people.
Hurt people.
They do.
We talked about that before years ago when we started this pod. Hurt people, man.
They really
do, man.
They really do.
That's what they do.
Have y'all? Speaking of hurt people, have y'all been watching Dahmer?
No, not yet.
Any of it? No,
not yet.
No interest. No interest.
I'm not ready to dive into it yet.
No.
Yeah, not ready.
Man.
Not ready.
Man. I'm on the 7th episode. It's I mean, I can see why B-More you probably don't have interest because he was a sick, demented soul.
Nah, that's not why. I don't really do. I love crime and stuff like that, right? I watch a lot of, like, if it was a docu, I would watch it. That's different. Yeah. But a show, no. And it was crazy as I already watched the documentary on him. I watched the documentary on a bunch of different people, so I don't know what they're about to do in there. It's just not interesting to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anton Taylor said he just finished it. What's going on, Taylor?
What up, AT?
What up?
And Deep Thought says it's gonna piss you off. Yeah, you know what? It actually will piss you off at certain parts because it pisses you off to the simple fact that they could have stopped him.
They could have
so far ahead of the murders.
Yes.
Like the first time I think he killed somebody, he had the body in bags in his car, and he got pulled over for drunk driving, and the cops pulled him over. And the dude that he killed in his house, the jogger, that was the first person he killed, and he literally put him in bags and got pulled over for driving drunk, and they let him go. They asked him what was in the bags. He said, "Oh, he was cleaning the yard."
Let me ask y'all a question, man. And we talk about how we, you know, how we perceive how children should be raised and all that stuff, right? Or how you feel about people that become serial killers? Do you guys feel like they're made, or are they just born that way? You understand what I'm getting to? Like, are they put in certain situations where, like, say the household, you know, their surroundings are not the best, right? They're getting abused and they're abusing stuff, you know, something like that. And eventually they become that. Or do you believe they're born and mentally they just happen to be that way?
I think some people are mentally that way. I think some are. When you talk to, I watch ID channel like crazy. I've watched so many different shows. I'm on a lot of different stuff like that. I've just always been interested in the mind and stuff like that. So I've seen a lot of different shows where the sibling will explain their brother or their sister and how they shown problems from the beginning, right? And every other kid was normal, things were regular, right?
Yeah.
And then I've heard a lot of other stories. One that's on Night, I think it's called Nightwalker. I think it's on Netflix.
Nightwalker. Yeah.
You listen to, he was a real heinous killer, but you also hear what happened to him when he was young. It's like, what did you expect him to do? Like,
you created
he
a
was
monster.
Tortured, traumatized, crazy.
Yeah.
And he's not right after that. He ain't right. You listen to the Iceman. The Iceman talk about his father and how his father used to beat him and his brother relentless, and both of them ended up on death row. Like, so, yeah, I think it's both. And naturally, you're just gonna have some people that mentally aren't there, whether they're raised right, whatever. They just ain't there.
Yeah,
and then, so that's my opinion.
Do you guys believe it's more to this side, to that side, or you think it's just kind of right down the middle?
I think it's more on people, again, like you said, hurt people. So when you're abused, and I mean, when we look at
sexual
I was just about to go there.
A lot of times they were molested, so they molest somebody else, and it just gets passed down from generation to generation.
Domestic. I mean, you are your environment. A lot of times it's very difficult for somebody to escape that environment, which also goes back to what the teacher said about the women, like, letting boys pick up their traits. Like, I don't know if they're letting them or if it's more natural. If you're around your mom all the time and that's what you see, you are your environment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I agree totally. It goes both ways. I mean, even with Jeffrey Dahmer, I think they said that he started showing weird signs as early as 3 years old. Like something was off with him. And even Jeffrey, you saw the documentary. He never blamed anybody for anything. He said his parents was fine. Like, it was just him. It was something in him that made him want to do these things. It's sad. It's sad.
It is.
Something could be chemically imbalanced. I think Deep Dog said, kill someone important to the community of wealth, you're just a killer. I think he's talking about like who they were killing. Like, Jeffrey Dahmer was killing people of color, so they was kind of letting them go. But I think that I mean,
I don't know if that's it, because if they don't know he's a killer, they don't know. I think
they didn't know.
Is he looked all right. So I watched this. These people took two pictures. They took a picture of Jeffrey Dahmer, and they took a picture of what's another famous guy around that time that was a serial killer. It was Dahmer and somebody. It was two serial killers. They're both not middle-aged, but middle-aged white men, I guess you could say. They look clean cut, whatever. They took those pictures and pictures of other people, like Muslims and other people, and they said, which one is the what did they say? Which one are you more inclined to date? And almost all of them was picking like Dahmer and the other killer. And they didn't know. I was just like, that is part of the reason why some people like that get, you listen, like you said, you were talking about him. The one lady told the cop, like, no, something's wrong with this boy. They didn't care. They believed Dahmer and let him take him. And he ended up dying. I'm like,
he was, he was a 14-year-old boy, and Jeffrey said he was 19, bro. Like, she was like, there's no way you could look at this little 14-year-old boy and think he's 19. And that's kind of going where I'm still saying, like, they didn't care, because this was a little brown boy and this was in the hood, and they didn't, and he was gay, so they did not care. Like, it was not a big deal to them. Like, all right, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, if he was a little young white boy, do you think that they would have said the same thing? We don't know, but it's a good chance they probably would have approached it a little differently.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, it's sad. It really is sad all the way around. I mean, just watching that movie makes me emotional. Honestly, yo, I get emotional about everything anyway. But it don't no matter. It's just
what you say about him, Detroit? What you say?
Carl Thomas, man.
Because me and the wife literally just watched episode 7 tonight, and I started talking. She don't cry for nothing. Yo.
Well, let me ask you this: while you guys are watching this, you and Nick, right? Are you the big spoon or the little spoon?
We weren't cuddling.
yeah. You are. You need to get cuddled while you watching it because you get emotional. She's probably the big spoon, like hugging up on you, like it's gonna be okay. Yeah. It's gonna be okay, honey. It's gonna be okay.
She just looked at me like, "Yo, you really crying right now? Is this what we doing?" You know? I'm like, "Yo, like, I mean, you don't see what I'm seeing."
AT said Gacy, but no, not Gacy. That's another crazy case.
Yeah,
but
John
no, it was
Wayne
Ted
Gacy.
Bundy. It was Bundy I was thinking about.
Ted. Yeah, you think about Bundy.
It was Bundy.
Mm-hmm.
They were showing pictures of Dahmer and Bundy, and they kept picking them over and over again. And I was just like, they don't recognize these motherfuckers?
Yeah, because they were clean cut. They looked, you know what I'm saying? They just look like
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
they look like a typical European walking down the street.
Yeah. But it's funny how people associate thugs with a certain look, killers with a certain look. Yeah, it's just like, yo, like you could be the biggest dude, most buffest dude in the world, but I don't mean you a killer. You just like to lift weights, you know. Like that's it, you know. But they associate that, you know, with strength, and it's just like, oh,
they
man.
do.
Yep.
I actually just seen a video where Harrison was talking about it. I'm forgetting his first name right now, but the linebacker for the Steelers that played for the Steelers for a long time.
James.
Real
James
big
Harrison.
dude, James Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about. He's like, everybody talking about you look mean. I'm scared of you. I'm scared of you. I was like, this is my regular face. He's like, if I want to look mean, he's like, and he made a mean face. He was like, this is my regular face. Like, why I look. So it's crazy that you say it.
Yeah.
You know, but
it's just like I was just seeing where they was gonna bring back what's the wide receiver from the Eagles? The little young boy. He might sign with Baltimore.
He did. Deshaun Jackson. He signed with Ravens.
But I saw them talking about him. They were saying who in the top wide receivers in NFL they was comparing him, the top two, him and Randy Moss, and they was saying that they would still take him over Randy Moss, and they were saying you gotta look at his skill factor. He was 5. Well, I'm just saying this. They were saying
who was answering this question?
Exactly.
This was I forget who it was. You know, I don't keep. But they were saying
don't name him because that's fucking ridiculous.
They were saying as far. But to get to what I'm saying, they were saying for him to be 5'10" and to be able to do the things that he was. They said Randy Moss was tall. He was big, so he could jump up and grab balls.
What was Steve Smith? 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'10", 5'9".
Yeah, but I don't know. But they were saying just I'm getting back to stature. You know, he's for him to be a little skinny dude, 5'10", he could do some amazing things. You know,
he can.
He didn't have to be super tall and super big to catch balls and and go at bigger dudes. You know, bigger cornerbacks. You know, stuff like that. So that's what I was saying. You know, y'all ain't have to get all sensitive.
Yeah, get to what you were getting to. Like, get to it.
Anyway, but you was talking about domestic violence and stuff like that. Be more.
So the month of October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Yes, it is.
It's the month of purple. So and Be More already hit to it. Like domestic violence is bad, right? It's prevalent. It's something that goes hitting for a very long time, and you're not alone. You know, if you're being abused, please, we have these 1-800 number. You could call them. It's anonymous. Mm-hmm. You can also text them. I think it's start. You text start, and there's a number that you could text it to, and it's a national database number. And I think every state has their own hotline too. You can make that phone call too. But remember, if you're being abused, please, you're not alone. We're with you. We don't want to see anything bad happen to you. Please make that phone call. So,
because it's not normal. I know a lot of women.
It's not.
A lot of women, they grow up seeing that and they think that's love.
Yes.
It's not love. You
should never
have to put your hands on someone.
It's not love. He doesn't love you. She doesn't love you. You know, it's we got to break that chain. We got to break.
Definitely.
It starts with you.
We sat down with Troy when he was going through it and
Yep.
beat on.
Yep.
We talked him through it. He got out of that relationship.
I'm good to go. I'm good. I'm good to go now. I'm good to go.
Oh man.
Yeah. Definitely. But that's the number there. You can call it anytime,
Absolutely.
They're there to answer that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my brothers, I think it is time to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, well, not for you, but
oh yeah, definitely not for you. Definitely not for you, my guy.
All right.
Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night.